Dear students, welcome to online DWPD lecture session. My unit name is Introduction to HTML and CSS and my current topic is HTML 5.0 input types and new elements. In this session, we will learn about HTML form elements, various input types of a form tag and new form elements of HTML 5.0. So our first topic is HTML 5.0 form elements. So why we required HTML form? So HTML forms are required to gathering data. HTML forms are required when you want to collect some data from the user side. For example, if suppose you are filling a registration form, then you would like to collect information like a name, email address, contact number, etc. And there are various form elements are available like a text box. You can consider as a text field also, text area field, drop down menu, radio button, checkboxes, etc. For creating a form, we are using a form tag. Syntax. Within a body tag, we have to create a form tag. And between this opening and completion of form tag, we have to pass all the input elements. Now, what is input elements? So, input tag is specify input field where the user can enter the data. So, input elements is the most important form element, and this element can be displayed in several ways depending on important attribute is a type attribute. Some examples are here. For example, input type is equal to text. Here we are specifying type is equal to text. That means it defines a single line text input field. Input type is equal to radio. That means here we are applying a radio button for selecting only one item. Input type is equal to submit. That means here we are creating a submit button for collecting all the data from the form and send it to the server side. Now form input types. So here are the different input types you can use in the HTML. Like input type is equal to button is used to create a simple button. Input type is equal to checks for creating a checkbox. Input type is equal to color for accepting input like a color value. Input type is equal to date. That means this field is accept only date type of value. Date time with the local time zone. Email, file, hidden, image, month, number, password, radio, range, search, submit, telephone number, text, time, URL, week, etc. Now we will discuss about the first input type is color. It accepts only the particular color value and it return a hex value for a selected color. For example, my favorite color is a label, and then after we are passing a input field in which we are specifying type is equal to color. That means this input field can accept only color type of value. And here we are giving a user defined name to particular field as a color one. Date. It allows user to enter or select a particular date value. For example, enter birth date. And here we are creating a input field in which we are allowing only type is equal to date value. Date and time. So it allows user to enter particular date and time with the particular time zone. For example, enter your birth date and time. Input type, here we are specifying type is equal to date time, and here we are giving user defined name to particular field. Date time local, that means here local time zone will be considered. So it allows user to enter or select a date and time without a time zone because it will be considered as a local time zone by default. For example, input type is equal to date time local, and we are giving user defined name to particular field. Email, it allows user to enter valid email address only. For example, input type is equal to email, and this is our user defined name for a field. Month, it allows user to enter or select a month type of value. For example, input type is equal to month, and this is the user defined name for particular field. Number, it will accept only a numeric value. For example, enter number is our label name. Here we are specifying input type is equal to numeric values only. This is our user defined field name, and we will get output like this. Enter number is our label name, and this is our input field in which we are only enter numeric value. Range, it allows user to select a numeric value between the specific range. For that we have to pass the minimum and maximum value. For example, enter label is our label, and here we are creating input field in which we are passing input type is equal to range. Because we are creating a range, at that time we have to pass a mean and max attributes also. So our mean value is 1 and max value is 5. Search, so it allows user to create a simple text field. Using this, user can search a various content of the website. It will work like Google search also. For example, search is our label. Here we are creating an input field in which we are passing a type attribute is equal to search, and this is our user defined name for the field. Tell, this type of this input type allow user to enter a valid telephone number. For example, input type is equal to tell, and here we are passing user defined name as a mobile number. Time, it allow user to enter a valid time. For example, input type is equal to time, and this is our user defined name for particular field. URL, it allow user to enter valid URL only, and it does not allow user to submit invalid URL, and valid URL must start with the http colon and this 2/. For example, enter your URL, input type is equal to URL only, and this is our user defined name for the field. Week, so it allows user to enter or select a week number of a year. For example, select a week of a year, and here we are specifying type is equal to week only, and this is a user defined name for the field. So these all are about the various input types. Now we will see the practical of various input types. So this is my notepad file. Here, start with the HTML tag. What we are doing, we are first giving some title to our practical of form input types. Then after we are using various input types over here, completing our form tag, completing body tag, and completing HTML tag. If suppose we are running this code into the browser, then we will get output like this. So this is our heading, practical of form input types. Here we are using H1 tags, practical of a form input types. First, select color is nothing but a label. So it will show as it is select color. Then after we are using input type is equal to color. Here we are using type is equal to color. So here we will see input field like this. Here we have to choose any color, and it will consider as a hex value. Then after, select your birth date. Here we are using type is equal to date only, simple date we are using. So here we will get output like this. within this pop-up we have to choose any date. Then after birthday and time, here we are using type is equal to date time local. That means it will consider as a local time zone, and we are using date and time both over here. So whenever we are clicking on this symbol, at that time we have to input two values, first date value and then after time value. Then after enter your email, here we are specifying type is equal to email. So here valid email address we have to show with the use of @ and dot. Then after birth date in terms of month and year, so here we are passing type is equal to month. So here we have to select any month. Then after type is equal to number, that means we have to pass the numeric values only, and here we are specifying values between 1 to 5. For that we have to apply a minimum and maximum value. This is optional attribute. So here we have to pass any minimum, any value between 1 to 5. Range attribute, type is equal to range. So here by default range is, minimum range is 0 and maximum range is 50. So 0 to 50 we have to choose any range between 0 to 50. Then after search element, so type is equal to search, and it will work like a simple Google search field, text field you can consider. Suppose VPMB. Then after phone number, for that we are passing type is equal to tel. See here I have used one more attribute like a placeholder. Placeholder is nothing but a hint, giving hint to user in which format you have to pass your data. And here we are specifying pattern also, in which pattern you have to give the information. So first pattern 1, 2, 3 means between 0 to 9 you can enter 3 digit. Then after dash 0 to 9, between 0 to 9 you can enter only 2 digit. So 2 digit. Then after dash between 0 to 9 digit you have to enter 3 digits. So 3 digits. So this is our pattern. You can specify any pattern. So suppose I'm writing any random values. Okay. Then after home page, so any valid URL you have to pass. So compulsory it will start with the HTTP. If suppose I'm giving any random values. Week, here type is equal to week. We have to select a specific week. Suppose I'm selecting this week. Okay. Now this is a simple button, input type is equal to submit. Simple submit button which will submit our data to the server side. If suppose I'm clicking on this button, at that time this error message will be occurred to enter your phone number, in which we are passing a random values. We have to follow the pattern which will be specified in this manner. Okay. Now we are passing a valid value like 456-56-123. Okay. Submit. Again we getting error message. Please enter a URL, valid URL. Valid URL start from the HTTP. Now submit. Okay. So this is the example of form input types. Now our next topic is HTML5 new form input elements. So there are several types of new form elements like data list, keygen, output. First, we will discuss about the data list element. So data list element is specify a list of predefined option for input element. And user will see the drop down list for the predefined option. So first we have to create a list, and then after we have to import all the values using a option tag. So here we are creating a list. So input list is equal to name of list. This is user defined name for the list. Here we are collecting all the data. So using a data list, we are creating a predefined list. So first value we are passing using a option tag. So option tag value is equal to my first value. We are passing second value using option tag. So option value is equal to second value. Same way, value number 3, value number 4, value number 5, and complete our data list tag. So we will get output like this. Whenever we are clicking on this list, this arrow symbol, at that time we will get this predefined list, and these all are the values. Now keygen attributes. It is an element which provide a secure way to authenticate the user, and it allows user to define a key generator in the web page. So it specifies the key pair generator field, in which there are two types of key will be generated, public key and private key. So private key is stored locally on the computer side, and public key is sent to the server side. For example, so this is our form tag, in which I'm specifying two attributes, action attribute and method attribute. So whenever I'm submitting this form, at that time this type of action will be performed. That means mypage.html page will be open, and by this method my data is passing to the server. Username is a label, and I'm importing input field like a text. So type is equal to text. I'm giving a particular field name as a username. Encryption is a label name, and then I'm using a keygen attribute, keygen element. So this is the name attribute of keygen element. Here I'm creating button, submit button. So input type is equal to submit. Form tag is completed, and we will getting output like this. Username is a label. This is my input text field. Then after encryption is a label. And then after my username value will be encrypted and submit button. So whenever I'm passing value into the text field like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after I'm clicking on submit button, at that time 1, 2, 3, 4 will be encrypted and sent to the server side. Now output element. So this element represents the result of a calculation. So it is performed by the script like JavaScript, VBScript, etc. And syntax like this. First we have to start with the output tag. Here we have to specify all the results and close with the output tag. Now number of attributes of output tag. First is 4 attribute. Is used to specify the relation between result and calculation. Form attribute, it specifies the one or more forms of the output element. And name attribute specify the name of output element. For example, so here one HTML page is there. In body section, we are applying a heading, the output element. We are starting with the form tag. Here I'm using event on input event, in which I'm performing addition of two number. So value A and B. So I'm performing addition of A and B, and it will be stored within a X. So for the user side, we will get the value of A and B. So this is my label, value of A, and for text field, we are using input type is equal to number. So it will create a text field which will accept only numeric type of value. Here I am passing ID to particular field and the default value of this field. So by default, it will show 10 value. Same for value of B. This is my label. This is input field which will accept numeric value only and default value is 10. Sum is equal to is my label name, and here I am performing output, means X is equal to A plus B. So my output name is equal to X, and for which value I am performing this output? A and B. So here 4 is equal to A and B. Form tag is closed, body tag is closed, and finally we are closing HTML document. We will get output like this. So first, this is our heading, the output element, value of A, here label, value of A, and default value is 10. So here default value is 10. Same for value of B, label, value of B, and default value is 10. Here default value is 10. Sum is equal to label, sum is equal to label. Now I'm performing addition. That means I am changing value of A and B. So whenever I'm applying some value to A and B, at that time we will get the sum. So I'm increasing value of A 15 and I'm decreasing value of B as a 5, and we will get sum is equal to 20. Thank you so much.